Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Girls Frontline 2 video, and all regions have had a chance to play the game for at least a few days now, and some of you might be wondering, is it worth actually spending money on this game? And if it is, what do I buy? Because there's a lot of stuff in this shop, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, every gacha game has some kind of shop where you can spend money and they try and make things look really enticing for you, and maybe you don't know what the best deals are and whatever, but this one is probably one of the biggest shops that I've seen. There are a lot of different options here and a lot going on. So I just want to point out a few of the things that I think are good deals. You know, I encourage you to kind of like follow whatever your budget is, or if you are a, free-to-play purist, that's cool too. Making any purchase in a gacha game is, a dubious decision at best. But if you want to support the game and you have the budget for it, I want to point out a few things that I think are pretty good and purchases that I made myself. So the first thing I'll talk about here are skins. Now, skins provide absolutely no benefit in game other than aesthetics, right? I mean, you don't actually need me to tell you that. So I would just say, if you like the characters, if you like the look of the skins, go for it. It's going to make it more enjoyable for you to play the game. If you're going to stick with it for a while, you might as well have something good to look at. So go for it if that's something that you want to do. But, you don't need the skins. There's also a lot of free skins. Although I have to say there are a couple that I'm keeping an eye out for in the future. But I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any right now. Anyway, that's enough about skins. You can make up your own big boy mind about that. Or big girl mind. Or other. Anyway, so now let's talk about the subscription agreement. This is the thing that I think is one of the obviously best value propositions. So there are two different ones here. The one on the left, I don't think is necessarily that worth it. I mean, it could be, but honestly, I haven't bought it. But the monthly crystal contract is one of the best things that you can get. This is one of these 30-day supply kind of things. And so, over time, you get the best value bang for your buck. You're going to get 80 collapse pieces every single day, which is going to be really good. Remember, these are those crystals that you can exchange for gacha pulls as well as other things, but mostly it's going to be gacha pulls. And you also get a few credit tokens as well. This is like a premium currency that you use instead of real world dollars. That's kind of incidental, honestly. If you're buying skins, you might want more of these. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But basically, getting the 30-day supply of the collapse pieces is the big deal here. But before you actually purchase that, take a look at this other thing here, the 5-day feedback contract. So this is something you'll probably want to purchase before you get the crystal contract, because it's going to give you a 20% discount code on that. So basically you're going to get it for $4 instead of $5. You're going to, 20% off. And then it's also going to provide its own value for 5 days. So for 5 days, you're going to get 1 targeted ticket and then 2 standard tickets. So that's 1 pull every day on the rate up banner and then 2 on the standard banner for 5 days. So that's pretty good value right there. You'll also get, again, a few credit tokens, which is, I don't really care about that too much personally, but that's a thing that also comes with it. And then you're going to get that 20% discount on the already good value monthly crystal contract. So I would buy this, then go get the crystal contract. Okay, so what else? You also then have the patrol or battle pass, as it's sort of standardly known in a lot of games. That's going to be another really good thing in value. So this is one of these things where we all get the free version for whatever the monthly rewards are, and then there is a paid version where you get double of all of them. So this is generally a good value proposition in any game. This is going to give you more leveling resources, just more gold, and more gacha pulls, more items, just more of everything the more you progress through the game. But what's kind of unique in this game that isn't really around in a lot of games that I've played is that there are actually 2 tiers to this. So like I said, we all get the free one no matter what, but then there's 2 different paid ones. So the Hunters is what I got and what I would recommend. So it's only $10, which is actually cheaper than a lot of these kind of monthly battle pass kind of things are. So pretty good value from that perspective. Although I don't know, relatively how good the items are in this one compared to some other games where there are $20 in a lot of them. But that would require way more math and research about multiple games. I'll let you make your own judgment on that. But this is pretty good. So for $10, you're gonna get twice as many of these. You know, this is a pretty low price, and that's gonna be quite good. I made this purchase as well. Now there is the $20 version. This is twice as much, and I don't personally think this is really worth it. It's gonna give you a jump ahead. So, you know, if you're crunched for time, that's a thing that could help you. And it's going to give you some extra resources like gold and stuff, which not to say that's not valuable, but, you know, it's farmable stuff. I wouldn't really, you know, I don't think it's worth the $10. And you'll get a extra frame. So, you know, if like having like all the aesthetics is really important to you, that could be worth it. But that's a lot of money just to pay for a frame. So I would go for that, what was it called? The Hunter's version of that pass. That's going to be a pretty good deal as well. So then let's talk about a few other things that you could buy in the shop that I haven't personally purchased, but things that you might want to keep in mind that might be good for you. So there are the big credit token packages. So if you're a whale, you might go ahead and grab some of these. You know, you're always going to get the bonus credit tokens with the purchase of like kind of the standard ones as well. But the thing is, the credit tokens don't actually get you that many things, okay? So just keep in mind the credit tokens aren't going to like open up like whatever you want in the shop. So specifically, they're going to be for skins. That's the main thing you're going to be using these for. So if you want to buy all the skins, this might be a way to go, but it's basically just for skins. There's also a weapon skin that you can get, and then there are a few standard packs that you can get with credit tokens. But a lot of the things you just need to buy with just, you know, straight up credit card and not going through the tokens. So just keep that in mind, be cautious. Don't think like, oh, I'm gonna load up on all this and then like clean out the shop or something. Just be careful with that. And then you also have the staged package. This I'm strongly considering. I might end up getting this. This looks like this could be worth it. So you know, consider this as like a you know, third or fourth purchase if you're considering some things here. Oftentimes these stage packages are good in games. This is going to give you a lot of extra gacha pulls. Well, a lot, but you know, a lot based on how much it would cost to buy them otherwise. And then possibly a covenant ring, because covenant rings are fairly difficult to get. This is going to, you know, get you to that last affection level for your units, and affection is actually very important in this game compared to some other games. That's a whole thing that I could get into. Maybe eventually I'll make a video on that or something, but just know that affection level is important. So getting more affection rings, if you're trying to push, this could be something, but it is kind of expensive, you know, $5 from an affection ring. But you know, if you're a whale, and like I said, if you're trying to push a lot, that is something to consider here for an additional purchase. But for most people, probably not. Everything else, I don't know. It just, you know, you can kind of make up your mind on it. But these are things that I wanted to point out to you that I thought were particularly good deals, and some things just kind of to bring your attention to. I'd be curious to know how you guys are liking the game. Like if you're feeling like you do want to make purchases, if you've already made a purchase. Also, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the shop, so let me know if there's something that you thought was really good value or that you would recommend for the community to buy that I didn't point out in this video, because there's definitely a chance that I just missed something. So point that out, help out the community. Please leave it in the comments below if there's something else that I missed in the shop. I'm also gonna probably start doing some unit reviews, so I'll do like sort of deeper dives into each individual unit and like talk about their skills and like why a particular unit is good or not. So kind of like I've done this with Nikkei as well. So just kind of getting into more in-depth like reviews and guides on each character. So make sure you subscribe for that. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot to learn in this game, and in the last like day or two, I've really had more of a chance to like dive into really the specifics and learning how things work a lot more. So make sure you subscribe for that, hit the notifications if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video or stream.